Hi guys, Retro Tech Ralph here. I've been doing this channel for quite a while now. It's over a year and a half, I think, what it is. One of my first ever videos was a Merlin, and it was my first electronic toy that I had as a child. And we got this in the garage and we fiddled with it, and we had a go at trying to fix it in, failed miserably, and then with a lot of things that I do, it goes good in the end eventually anyway. So this isn't actually the Merlin that I fixed. It's not even my original Merlin either. This I bought from eBay for the sum of £8. Now, that's including postage. Now, I have a plan for this because I love the Merlin. I love playing the little games. There's 6 games on this. But I want to make a one-off. I'm inspired by there's a video I did with one of the Eagle Moss models, one of the Enterprise ones from Discovery, and I made a one-off version of that. So what I wanted to do is make something different, to use this, and I know there's different versions of Merlin. There's a Master Merlin which is in blue, has a different edges on it, so it kind of looks the same but looks a lot different. There's other versions of Merlin type handheld games. But what I want to do is do a full one-off. I want to upgrade this. I want to funk this up quite a bit, shall we say. So, got this from Elizabeth. She even sent me a postcard. Good luck with the refurb, Elizabeth. Which is really nice. I don't understand why it's on a Stanley Tools postcard, but that's okay. That's fine. So what I'm going to do is, I have some parts with me. I want to, because she said this doesn't work. Now, I've got 9 volts to hand. We'll see if it actually does work or not. So let's get this plugged in for 9 volts. I'm not fully convinced it doesn't work, but I'm not convinced it does. So the smaller one goes in, switch is on off. So let's have a go. Oh, okay. What game's 1? I want notes and crosses. Tic-tac-toe, 1. Gotcha. Get in. So, you see the Merlin it does actually work. So what I want to do is take the board out of this, refresh it a little bit, check any dry solder joints, and I want to repaint it. I want to change the LEDs. These actually don't look like they've been made properly. So all the LEDs, the 6 doesn't look like it's actually online right from my angle. Some of these just don't look like they're online. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the LEDs. I'm going to refurb the internals on this. Maybe even possibly change the speaker. I don't know. I can't do anything much else with it. Respray on the front of the bike, a nice 2-tone colour. Yeah, that might be a reason why it never worked. We had a battery issue. I actually want as well to change this. So instead of having your 6 AA batteries in here, or your power supply on the side, by the way, it's still working. Uh-oh, wrong round. There you go. So, I want to put a power supply on here that maybe I could charge it with a USB. So there's a lot of things I want to do with this, and I don't know how. The LEDs should be easy enough to replace, should be on the board. There's just 11 LEDs on there. There's nothing else. Maybe I can put some sort of lighting behind here, behind the grill, to get a bit of a backlight. I don't know. We'll work on this when we've got time and when we've jumped in and out of this. And that switch, I hate that switch. Feels like you're about to rag it off the board. But yeah, that kind of works. So we'll get into this, we'll strip it down, and we'll have a look and see where we can funk it up to. And there was only one more. There was a It was on a little wooden plaque, and there was a gold Merlin that somebody made. I think because they sold 1 million of these or something like that. But I don't want to go sort of like that sort of idea anyway, because that's just silly. And I don't want to make it blue. I'd love to make it blue, but it kind of looked too much like the Master Merlin. So I'm going to do it a different colour, and I'll figure out what I want to do with it. Respray, and yeah. Let's see where we go with this, because I want to have fun with this, I think. Now it definitely works. So let me have a think and get some parts ordered and see what I can do with this thing. Right then, got the Merlin. Getting into the Merlin's quite easy. 2 screws. Very, very easy. Nothing special, nothing fancy. This needs to be stripped down to plastic and nothing else. So that needs to come off. Ooh, why that's got that on there. There's definite corrosion on these, but my plan hopefully is to replace this battery with something else. Right, so they're clipped in on the top and the bottom as well, so there's a little plastic tab, so a little bit of press on there and it comes free. So you can see the tab there. Same with the bottom. It's not as easy on the bottom, but it will work. So out and over towards the switch. Which leaves us with a speaker, which is loose, which is what the rattling is. I want to try and take everything out in one go. So if I grab hold of the plastic, nothing should be screwed in here. Now that all comes out. There's nothing attached to the top part anyway, everything's on the bottom. And the acetate, the plastic with a new game, same game, hit me stuff on, is there. It kind of puzzled me out why they never actually stuck it to this. Because you could have got that bang in the middle. Instead of having this the shape of the top and then leaving it to chance that it would be printed in the right place to go there. Oh, you could have just put it straight on top of this. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I won't. I don't know. I'd have to put some sort of tape around it. I could possibly keep a little bit of the edge. Tape this to the actual membrane part there. Right, second part is the membrane off. Let me get you in a little. There's a ribbon cable connector there. Be nice and gentle. Pull this gently out, side by side motion. That releases the full membrane. Now this could do with a damn good clean anyway. It's only connected on the top with plastic clips which just thread into. And there we go, another part off. And that leaves us with a circuit board. There really isn't much to these. There's one capacitor there. I might change that, I might not. It doesn't look that bad, to be honest. We'll have a look and see. And then there's positive and negative either side of the board. I'm not sure if this, because there's kind of a film on here, whether or not it's down to the battery leakage or anything. You can push them out and thread them back through. Try and nip them. I'm sure try and show you on this bottom one where the negative is. Just try and slide it up to get the battery terminals off. Now with the age of these, I'm guessing that the cables will actually break. And then try and force them through the gap if you can. Which they can't. There we go. Has one through. There we go. One. Just bent piece of metal that go like that. So you need to kind of pull it out, in, and then push it straight through again. Don't need the rest from out just yet. There we go. So that's part. So everything's back as it in pieces. Everything's controlled directly from this chip. So there's nothing really much to the Merlins, but it's an absolute, yeah, made of millions of these. So that's a TNS chip. I can't even see that, it's too small to do. There we go, let me get closer. There you go. TMS 1100NLL MP3404 DBS 7901 in Singapore. There's a hair there. Capacitor, I can't tell. Is that 4.7? Rid of the hair. Yeah, 4.7 UF with 25 volts. Okay, we'll replace that anyway. We'll make sure. Looks like everything else on the board looks fine. Resistors look fine to me. As it does work, everything seems fine on this. Just wants a damn good clean up. So my next job's going to be is see whether or not the purple LEDs I bought will work on this. Now they could blow up and I will have to replace a lot of the resistors. Hopefully I can get these out and put them straight in. I know with blue LEDs they should work fine on the same voltage. There's different variations between different voltages which I need to look at. If the purple ones will work, then great. But I've also got some better speakers than that. I might actually consider putting 2 in, because that'll be there. Part in here. Could I put one on the bottom? Would it make it... Ooh, that's evil. I just realised something. Yeah, that might be a problem. Because this is red plastic. To put a purple LED in here is not going to change much, is it? Damn it. This project might be doomed from the start. Okay, so what I need to do is give these damn good clean. Strip down as much as I can. There's a battery pack idea I want for this. I might even have to cut out a lot of this back anyway to fit a battery in, because there's no 9-volt batteries I can find. If I can get the 3.7 rechargeable batteries that you get in lots of things like mobile phones and stuff, I'm not sure if I rig 3 of them together it will give me well over 9 volts. 2 together will give me 7.4 volts, which is not enough. And then it will be 11.1, I think it is, to 11.2, which might be too much for this. I don't know. But what I want to do is give this a... That's a bit... Oh, see, it's back of the... There's a sponge on the back of there. I want to give this a damn good clean there and get on and start this. Right then, we're down to a big pile of parts now. This is where it's going to get worse, but it's not going to get much worse. Obviously all the casing there wants cleaning. That's over to one side. That may want a bit more clean, it's okay. I'll get a good scrub into the membrane, the acetate parts. Still might want a bit more clean on them anyway. Battery terminals are off. Well, the battery terminals are here. I don't know whether to clean these just in case it all cocks up, or whether or not I should just leave them and throw them in the bin. So I'll keep them there for a minute, or at least a few weeks maybe. The speaker itself, I don't know what's happened with the speaker. It's either been knocked around a lot, but you can see it's not straight. It still works because it's the diaphragm part is absolutely fine. It's just been knocked in that corner. So I can push that back out, but I'm going to replace it. Let's just get it replaced, shall we? I have a lot of speakers. I've been taking a few things to pieces lately. There was an alarm clock I had a while ago, and there was 4 speakers in that. Smaller than that, but I can easily stick it inside. They're a lot better quality speaker. These are obviously stuck from the 70s. Not much has changed. They're all should be magnetic, but obviously not. So that's another pile over there. Bit in there. Bit in there. So I'm down to this part. Next bit I want to do is, because that feels loose. The problem with my other Merlin was dry solder joints. Now I can't see anything on here, but I'm going to reflow every single bit of solder on here. It's not a massive job. It's kind of easy enough to do. But I'm going to reflow everything and give this damn good cleaning. Speakers are in there. Positive, negative, which is fine. Remove all the LEDs and see. Yeah, see what? I want to change that switch and all. I don't like that switch. But I don't know what I could use to replace it. Maybe I could put a lot of oil in here and make it a lot more flowable, if that's a word. But let's have a look, see what we can do. I need to test whether or not the purple ones will work on here to start with. If not,
Yeah, we have a problem. So, leave me alone with the board, and I'll see what I can do with it. Here we go with first power test. Obviously you can tell there's one of the, it says purple on here, but I'm not 100% certain. Let's try and see how bright or whatever it is when I turn it on. 9 volts in through to the side, so I haven't got to wire up to the battery compartment, and on she goes. Ooh. Okay. It's not a blue. There is a little bit of redness to it. However, the problem is what's going to look like through here. Ooh. Okay, maybe I could go away with just normal blues. Let's see what the reds look like in the blue. Yeah, let's get the light up and try that again. Reflections then. It's straight up facing you. That's a lot brighter, isn't it? So the red is actually not doing much at all, apart from, where I can see, making it more purple. When we're pointing it directly at the lens, that's really bright, that. Shouldn't be doing that to the sensor on the camera. But if I look at it directly, it is quite bright. Look, I'm looking now. But through that, that's not bad at all. Really not bad at all, Ralph. Okay, lights on. Let's get the rest changed. And get on with, I'll recap that. What am I doing? Recapping that, change the rest of these 10, and reflow all the solder. Yay! Right then, meanwhile, later on, this is as bad as it gets. Well, on the stripping down bit. New capacitor, which will go in sort of here-ish. Board's cleaned, every LED's out, everything's ready for the new ones to go in. Nice and cleaned. It's not as sticky as what it was. It's a lot better, way better. It's like an old stickiness that you can't get rid of. So, what I need to do now, resolder capacitor, put a stack of LEDs on and get soldering again. So a quick little pause there while I figure out what to do, and then get on with this and see, yeah, we're at the next stage then, can't we? There we go, all the soldering's done. It's actually not as bad as I thought, really. All the lights or LEDs are on, all nicely on. The first one did start to test it, and everything else is here. Capacitor's on, which is there. Other side, it's not a straight one, it's the one of them with 2 at the bottom, but hey ho. If you're going to do this yourself, the LEDs need to be flush with the board, so make sure when you're doing them, holding one with the thumb on one side and then solder from the opposite side to get one so it's flat. I mean, a lot of these look like pretty flat on there because the light has to go straight up. I think nowadays it doesn't matter too much because they're really not bad at all. Did the switch before, it still feels crummy, but it's oiled and it's cleaned. Everything does seem fine with it, but we'll see how that goes. Now what I want to do is put some power into this and see if it actually works. Get rid of this light over here. Notice you can't see that light. Right. Tam-ty-tam, are we on? No, we're not on. That's okay, that's come out anyway. Put the cable in. My extension is where? There it is. Right, this power's already on, so 9 volts in. Ooh, hold on. Why is that one not working? Hold on. I think the contacts are touching on the back. It's not exactly giving me right contact. Yeah, I think they're both connected together. Let me unsolder and redo again, and then cut all these off and see if it actually works properly. There we go. Back together. Both of the contacts on the back, there's a tiny, not even a millimetre gap between the pads on the back, but they were definitely touching. So turn her on all work fine. Going to camera, that one doesn't look that good. Oh, it does. It's fine. It's just the angle. I don't think it's any different on side, on direction wise. Yeah, that's fine. I'm happy with that. Very, very happy with that. Now what I do, got all the legs off. Clean this up. This is done now. I need to get on with the case. Wow, this is really going pretty easily, this, to be honest. So yeah, the case will be a normal spray job, but we'll go through that in a few minutes. But yeah, I think all going really, really well. Right, we're at a key stage now. All parts are putting back in, and the case now is fully cleaned, lovely and spotless. There's a few scratches on here, can tell there on the camera. That's scratches, they won't ever come off unless I heat this and try and retreat it, but there's absolutely no point. I'm not doing that. I could put this all back together and have a pristine, well, almost pristine. Oh, I don't know, there's a bit of water stuck in that hole there. Oh no, there was a little bubble. Yeah. And what I recommend with a lot of these is I have my computer cleaner. When you clean these, the plastics, just use standard soap, water, whatever, detergent, anything that's nothing over the top, abrasive. Just clean the grease off, and that's all you need to do. Now, for the level I'm going to go with is this needs to be clean enough, and these 3 parts need to be sprayed. I'm going to spray up the back. I know I need to put a different battery solution in there. I don't exactly know what I need to do with it, but at the time being, I'm going to spray that part, and then this will be I'm going to do it a separate colour, because it obviously still gives you a 2-tone matching effect, and hopefully it should do pretty well. But I need to spray all of this top off. The gap along the side, it doesn't get shown, but the ridges on here does. If you look, when I put that in, this part, the back part, the darker part, comes forward. So the lip there sinks inside from this part, goes inside the gap there, but I've got an overlap. So this has to be sprayed entirely that and round here. So that might as well get sprayed both sides. That might as well, there's no point in seeing the back of that anyway. Take it off and you see it all. So that'll be one colour, that'll be another. So let's get on a bit of painting and see what we can do next. Right, we're at the point of no return now. Right, I'm going to spray these with a standard primer. Then we'll get the paint on afterwards. Good few coats of the primer to start with. Make sure you're in a well ventilated room. I have a garage with the door wide open. But just make sure that you're not suffocating yourself, really. What I'll probably do with these is maybe a few more coats on this side, turn them over, get more coats on the other side, probably do both anyway, because it's not that difficult to spray anyway, so might as well use it while we can. It's not perfectly going well on certain bits, but that's the first coat, and we'll get on with the second and start get ready for paint. But if you're going to do this yourself, just be careful, don't go too balmy with it. Nice sprays, little bits, not go too over the top when you're painting. A nice even coat, put as many coats as you can, but just make sure everything is clean before you start spraying on these things, otherwise you'll balls them up. Ta-da! Right, this is the undercoat on to start with. I'm going to try not to get it too mucky, dirty, whichever part of the country you're from. They've had 2 coats each. That's not as good as the others, but it's going to dry overnight. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to get covered in stuff. I know it is. Damn it. Right, I'm going to leave that be. Oh, I can't stop touching it. Oh, no. Until tomorrow, then we'll get painting with the next layer. 2 coats of undercoat is fine. It's not perfectly covered everything, but that's as far as we need to do. It's stopped this being a glossy surface. It's now nice and easy to paint over the top of.
So that's going to be a grey. Oh no, there's a hair in it. Damn it. Get off. You brute. Well, that's taking its time, isn't it? There we go. Right, I'm going to leave them. Then we'll spray them up tomorrow with a better colour. Two-tone effect again. And we'll see if it looks any good once we've got this, yeah, painted up. There it is. Painting is almost done. I need to put lacquer on these. These need to be fully dried overnight. This is now a day after the undercoat. I've had a couple of coats on each. I'm happy with the paint colour, with the purple. This is a different paint than the gloss back, which I want to actually switch, because I want this to be the matte black like it used to be, or the matte back black. So that's actually just soaking wet through at the minute. I don't want to touch too much. That will go over when it's done. This is virtually done. 10 little bits. It keeps picking up little imperfections, so it's not particularly that good. I'm going to spray this with a clear lacquer, but a matte lacquer, same as the back, but I want the gloss on the front. So I'm going to spray this with a clear gloss lacquer, because it's nice as it is, and with the back, oh, I can't touch it. I'm not touching it that much. I don't want to faff around too much, but with the black behind it, we'll give it a bit more of an accent. Purple LEDs all the way through here. We'll see what happens. The silver from the actual membrane will block out any of the red plastic, clear plastic from the actual innards anyway, and then the circuit board goes behind with the purple LEDs. So far it's nearly what I want, but we've got to let this dry. This is another night time waiting for things to dry and check whether or not little things in the garage, little bits of fluff and things in the air just drop on these overnight. So hopefully we'll be okay. Then probably we won't be. So let's leave this another night and then get on with this tomorrow and see what's what. And we'll get on with some actual, yeah, putting together and see if this actually looks any good with the actual Merlin innards inside it, shall we? Right, before I assemble, I've put a coat on there anyway, a lacquer on top of. I've done the same as what the original Merlin was. It's gloss on the top and then it's a matte finish on the back anyway, so it's going to look kind of like that once we've got everything done and finished. So let's start putting stuff inside. It should be fine. All I've got to do is put all plastics in, the circuit board just wants that cut in, and then the new speaker soldering into it. It should all work fine. The worst case with the solder with the speaker, it's stuck on the bottom there then, okay, is I'll put the original one back in. It'll probably work absolutely fine instead of a new one anyway. But let's get reassembling. That's all lacquered in gloss, matte on the bottom, and we're going to do pretty well on this, I think, anyway. It looks really good. My only problem, like I said before, is that it's still going to show red through, but if it's absolutely pants, I will drill a hole through each one of these so the purple light can come through. So again, give me a second and we'll get this fully assembled. Right, before I put the back on, I just wanted to show you exactly what I've got on here. The board's there, the purple's there, the new speaker's on there. It's all wired in. I've actually just checked it and it works, but you're going to see that in a moment anyway. So that's it. The only thing that worries me a little bit is that you can see inside here, or I can, when I get the light reflected, I can see red all the way through here. So that's obviously the red plastic, which you need a hard base behind, but I think, I don't know. Getting fluff stuck on here now with the hot glue. So hot glue the new speaker and that's pretty much solid. I'm going to stick the back on. If the worst case, I'll have to take it back to pieces again and unscrew everything. Nothing's bolted in place anyway, so that's easy enough to get out. So we'll see whether or not the purple, the ultraviolet Merlin will actually work. Well, work properly and look good as well. Works, it does, but look well. I need it to look really good. If not, then it's a complete waste of the project. So then here we have it. The ultraviolet Merlin. I think we'll call it. It's not perfect on the membrane, but
It is purple. Lots of parts left over. I was going to do a battery mod on this, but I need to look into whether or not I can use a 9-volt, the 9-volt battery pack with a USB, which I'll be able to possibly put a hole in the side, mount it somewhere so I can then plug it in with the USB to charge up. I'm not doing that on this video. It feels very light without batteries in, but I'm not doing that in this video. The speaker, the LEDs, this is what I want. This is the parts I wanted from my original Merlin when I was a kid. Took all the LEDs out, didn't know which way around they went because they all just go one specific way. Completely ruined my first Merlin. Sorry, Mum. So power up. Right. So the thinner one in, and let's see if we can get this cable a bit longer because that just fell out. Really, one day we'll get a better system. The power supply does work perfectly on this. Oh, and by the way, nice little purple bits there, purple screws, just to contradict the back. So let's have a look, see if she works. Oh, she works well. It's well off again. Now that's very purple. You see. Huh? Okay. Got one. Game 1 was. New game 2. Oh. That is very purple. I'm impressed how much the actual LEDs have worked. Just to show that one does work. There's the eye, there's the air, then you do 4 corners of them done. I'm surprised how well that purple LEDs worked. There's a scratch across. If you can see properly, they can see the scratch across there. That was on the plastic to start with. But I'm so impressed this works. See the speaker inside there? Still the same. Let's have a look, see if I can get the next there. Damn it, didn't want that one. No, it's not next. One missing there. Yeah, well, into the lights, so see if you can see this better. Yeah, they're really quite bright and very quite purple. I am so impressed this works. I never actually thought it would work as well as what it has done. But it really has. So in future I'm going to do a battery mod for the back of this, make some sort of rechargeable battery, or maybe just leave it plugged in all the time, because these do eat batteries like crazy. Damn it, it's another one again. Ah, aha, ah, damn it. Huh? I thought I was supposed to turn them all off, or turn them all on, or is it the middle one on? There you go. Oh, I'm going to start playing this again. So, Merlin revamped, ultravioleted, properly whacked out on colour, and works perfectly. So thank you very much to the person who sold this on eBay. Lovely. I've got two Merlins now that actually work, the original Merlins that actually work really well. So, yeah. Thanks very much for watching. I hope it's given you a inspiration not to throw away your old stuff. If it's covered in crap, clean it. If it's burned, if it's blackened, even if it's yellowed and you can't do the retro brighting, paint it. This is lacquered. It's perfectly fine. Sorry, it's perfectly fine to use. So it's sprayed on, lacquer it on. I'm not getting any paint all on my hands. It's absolutely brilliant. Do one yourself. Comment below. Tell me if you're doing the projects yourself like this. If not, go out, buy some old electrical equipment that doesn't work, games equipment, do it yourself, post me a link down below and I'll comment. So, anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I really did. Love the Merlin. Like I said, it was part of my first video. And, yeah, I'll see you guys out there. Bye for now.